Hello, it's Nehemiah from Pure Heart Up. Now, in this concept, we'll be looking at society, state, and nation. We want to define the first concept that is there, which is the society. Now, what's the meaning of a society? We can see that the population of the world as of November 2025 is about 8.2 billion. Now the question is, how do these people that is in the world at this time live together peacefully? When they have different religion, they have different ethnicity, they have different culture, they have different ideologies, they have different belief system. Now, society, state, and nation helps us to answer the question. We'll be describing the Nigerian society as of today's class. Now, what's a society? We will say that a society is a group of people. If you're writing, a society is a group of people. Number one, they are a group of people or group of individuals that live together. They have, they are a group of people or individuals that live together, having, or they have these things in common, having common, one, culture, having common, two, tradition, and then they also have a collective institution. They have collective institution and interest. So this must be in your definition. Number one, society are a group of people that live together. That means they must dwell together, living together. So society are a group of people that live together and have common culture, common tradition, and collective institution, and then interest. Now, meanwhile, I want to differentiate for you the difference between these two, because if we say that tradition and culture is the same thing, that will mean that what we are doing on the board here is tautology. So, culture is not the same thing as tradition. Okay, now what's culture? Now, you were told in your pre-secondary school, in your pre-secondary school, that's junior class, you were told that culture is people's way of life. Well, culture is not just people's way of life. Culture is the belief system, the ideologies. Culture is the belief system, the ideology, and the value system of an ethnicity. So culture is the belief system, the value system, is the belief system, the value system, and the ideologies. And the ideologies of a particular ethnicity. So all these things belongs to a particular ethnicity. Now, you ask me the question, what is the meaning of ethnicity? Because we want to break these government terms to the simplest form. Now, when you say ethnicity, these are people that have the same historical background. They have the same descendant, all right? So we can say they are from this ethnic group. They are from that ethnic group. That's the ethnicity. Now, for instance, in Nigeria alone, because that's what we are discussing, in Nigeria alone, we have about 250 ethnic groups. 250 ethnic groups or above, all right? Other countries that have higher ethnic groups is India. India have a whopping sum of 2,500 ethnic groups. Okay, now these ones that have 2,500 ethnic group and this one that have 250 or above ethnic group, I think India has the most ethnic group. All right, but the problem I have with this large amount of ethnic group is their ability to dwell together, because they have different culture, different languages, different religion, different belief, different ideologies. So how can these people be put together? Well, you can answer the question for yourself. Now, another one is Indonesia. Indonesia has about 1,340 in their ethnic group. 1,340 ethnic group. So we have DR Congo. DR Congo has about 250 ethnic group. And Cameroon has about 200 ethnic groups. So you can see your questions can come. Which of these have the highest ethnic group? So we have India, Indonesia, DR Congo, and Cameroon. So what's the answer? The answer is India. Which of these have the least ethnic group or ethnicity? We have Indonesia, we have India, we have Nigeria. So which one have the least? The least there is Nigeria with 250 ethnic group. So the major ethnic group or the major ethnic groups in Nigeria is the Hausa. The Hausa, the Yoruba, the Igbo, the Ibibio, the Fulani, the TV, and the Kanuri. Okay, and lots of them. So these are some of the examples of Nigerian ethnic group. At least, how many is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we can do with that. So 7 of those are the Nigeria ethnic group. For instance, the people from ethnicity of Yoruba, they are all from the same descendant and they have the same origin. And you follow in the same culture or the same language in common. You can say a Yoruba person will say, that means that they are all one. That means they are from the same brethren. Then you can see the Igbo. The Igbo will tell you, Hancha Bofu. Okay? Hancha Bugini Ofu. Ofu name Hancha. That's the Igbo. Then you can see the Hausas. The Hausas will say, I'm not too good at that. That is Mutani Daya or something like that. Mutani Daya. So they are all one. All right? These guys speak the same language. These guys speak the same language. So you can understand those stuffs. All right. So what we have again? What we have again is the pictures. The pictures of the societies. So we'll move to the pictures. The picture of society is number one, members depend on one another. There's dependence. There is what? Dependence. In the pictures, members depend on one another for survival in the picture of a healthy society. But when a member is depending on another member, but it's not, the other member is not also benefiting from that member, that's a parasitic society. So in a healthy society, members depend on each other for survival. Number two, membership is voluntary, not compulsory. Membership is voluntary. Now, membership is voluntary in the sense that a person can decide not to be a member of a society if he or she choose to. So membership is not by force. Membership is voluntary. Like the Nigerian society, membership is not by force. Membership is voluntary. Although society is also permanent in nature. Society is permanent in nature, but meanwhile, membership is involuntary. Let's get to the demerits and merits of society. All right? So we have merit. Let's start with merit. Then we have demerit here. Now, what's the merit of a society? Now, there's a diversity of culture. Now, this diversity of culture will bring about growth. This one will bring the knowledge, this one will bring the knowledge, this one will bring their culture, this one will bring their culture, and they can mix two of them together and have a better result in a healthy society. So there's a diversity of culture which lead to growth. Number one, lead to growth. Number two, lead to economic growth. That's the first one. It leads to intellectual growth, okay? And it leads to mental growth. So it leads to growth. Number three, it also leads to support. So these people have to support these people in an healthy society. Remember I said unhealthy society. All right, that's the advantage of this. All right, there's diversity of culture, which lead to growth, which lead to intellectual growth, cultural growth, mental growth, and economic growth, and there's a support system. Now, for the demerit of this system is that there is corruption, there is prejudice, there is dishonesty. Let me take that again. There's corruption and dishonesty. This is from my tribe. This is from my tribe. That one is from my tribe. That one is from my tribe. There is no meritocracy. Meritocracy is a state of giving people or persons who are due privileges and position. Rather, what they use is tribalism. That is what we call there is dishonesty and corruption, which is being fueled by tribalism. Now, number two of the demerit is that there is discrimination and prejudice. Discrimination and prejudice in the sense that he's not from my tribe. Because he's not from my tribe, there is no favoritism there. There's not going to be a favoritism there or a tribalism there because it's not from my tribe. So that means there is prejudice and there is discrimination. All right? Now, again, let's go to under this guy, this society, there is religious and cultural tension. This is a Muslim, this is a Christian, this is even among the Christians, this. There's religious and cultural tension. That's all are the disadvantage of the society. I don't know how much time we still have yet, but let's see whether we can finish the one of the state. Now, there are features that makes a state qualified to be a state. Now, what makes a state is number one, please write down, a defined territory. Number two, a population. Number three, a government. Number four, a sovereignty. Then number five, okay, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number five, governments are putting that population, are putting that territory. Okay, now number five is that they are independent of internal influence, external influence. So, independent of external influence. Now, there are some nations that are independent of external influence, but they don't have the mental capacity, they don't have the human resources to be a nation. For you to become independent of external influence means that you have matured enough now and you can take care of yourself. All right? And then the colonial masters will have to go. You are matured enough, you can take care of yourself. You are matured and you are a state. But in the position that you claim to be matured or you claim to be a state, and then you cannot solve your own problem, and you need external body to solve your problem, that is not a healthy state. That is an unhealthy state. A healthy state should be able to solve and resolve their problems without the help of external bodies. But when the external bodies need to come, that is an unhealthy state. And then I won't tell you anything, but you should use your mindset to know, is Nigeria a healthy state or an unhealthy state? So answer the question by yourself. So we have, oh, sorry for clearing the board. We have the features. These are the features of a state. Now, the merits of a state. Now, one of the merits of the state is that, government is all about just take the note. Just take the notes I'm giving to you. Don't mind, I'm not writing much on the board, but take the note, all right? Merit of a state is that number one, there is security. Number two, there is infrastructure. Number one on the merit, security. Number two, infrastructure, all right? Number three is this representation. So there are people from the House of Representatives and the Senate. Nigeria is operating under the bicameral legislative council, legislative system, where we have two houses. They function under the House of Assembly. Now, the House of Assembly is divided into two. We have the Green House, which is about 360 members, and then we have the Red House, which is about 109 members, 3 from every state and 1 from Federal Capital Territory. So that is 109 members over there at the Red House. The Green House is about 360 members. So, but that's not the topic for today. So let's come back. Now, there is representative from the state. Now, there's a demerit also. The demerit of a state is that there is inefficiency. All right, there's inefficiency in management of the state. Number two, there can be not just inefficiency, they can be incapacitated. Maybe with the resources, there is not enough resources to take care of that state, so it will lead to inefficiency. It will lead to them being incapacitated. All right, so these are other, and then we have other examples, other things like there can also be dishonesty. There can be also corruption in a state. All right, so these are the merits of having a state. Meanwhile, let's go to the nation. Before we move to the nation, we're going to give you the past questions in another class where we'll answer questions. We'll come to the class, and what we are doing is just to answer questions on society, state, and nation. But of course, if you look at your JAMB past question, as far as I'm concerned, the UTME JAMB past question 2008, 2011, and 2014, 2008 number 11, 2014 number 4, past questions asked just one question, the same question. Membership of a state is A, voluntary, B, reserve, D, honorary, and the rest. The answer is voluntary. Membership of a state should be voluntary, not involuntary. All right, not by force. You don't force people to become a member of a state. Now we have nation. Now, nation has all the features that a state have, and inclusively. Nation, they have a territory, they have a population. Nation have the same features a state have, having a territory, having a population, having a government, having a sovereignty. Then, meanwhile, the difference is that nation sees themselves as people who are cohesive. People who are cohesive and coherent. People who are cohesive and coherent. They can dwell together, they can reason together, and people who are from the same ethnicity, the same descendants, the same historical background. So a nation have a have all the features of the state, and then has what I call this thing is nationalism. All these things I'm saying is called, one name for it is nationalism. All right. A nation has the feature of nationalism and also has all these features of a state. Now the question is Nigeria a state or a nation? You will drop the question, you drop the answer on the comment section. Now, one of the merits of a nation is that there is coherency, okay? They are coherent and they are cohesive. They can dwell together. They are from the same culture, they have the same culture, they have the same ethnicity. So there is no room for cultural and ethnicity tension. All right, and they speak the same language, so there's no need for interpretation of language to people of the same nation. All right, so a demerit, you can drop the demerit on the comment section also, because behind schedule, they can drop the demerit on the comment section, and then see you in our next class. I give you two assignments. Number one is Nigeria a state or nation. Number two, drop the demerit of a nation on the comment section. Then next class, we'll solve problems that has to do with society, states, and nation. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.